Hey, lovely, lovely, wonderful people. A pleasant evening to everybody. Now, beautiful people, I have been, over the years, we've been listening, especially in the last maybe 5 years or more. You've been hearing the politicians welcoming the Jamaicans to come back home, because they realize we have a huge brain drain in our country. And I can tell you that a big part and parcel is the fact that too many people were either unemployed, but one that we rarely talk about, and that is called underemployment. So your salary is not commensurate. It is not in keeping with your skills set, and your educational attainment. So, for example, let us say you have a master's, you're probably paid at a high school level, educated person. So you're underemployed. It's not that you're unemployed, it's that you're paid lower than what you're really worth. And, I had to go and look at I had to go online to look at the negative effects of underemployment. And it says this: underemployment happens when someone works in a job that does not fully use their skills, education, or availability. Example: a person with a master's degree working in a role that requires high school skills. Oh my God, I didn't even read it as yet. Or working far fewer hours than they want. And here are the main effects. Let's go. One, financial strain, lower income than expected for the level of education or skill which I just mentioned. Difficulty because of same, there is difficulty in paying back student loans, rent, mortgage, or even saving for the future because you don't have enough money. Delayed wealth building and retirement savings, because many of us, for example, have been underemployed for many years, and it has proved so fruitless, in terms of just putting aside monies, because it's almost as you get the funds, it goes directly into your mouth or bills, so you don't benefit at all. It's almost like you're working to give somebody. You're already it's already it's almost like it's double jeopardy, you would call it. So you're taught to work to go and serve somebody else, and then you serve them and you give them what you work. So that is like a double enslavement, chattel enslavement, you know on people. So delayed wealth building and retirement savings. Skill atrophy, meaning loss of skills, because your true skills, your expertise, your high level that you would have attained, because whether through training or education, it's being, when you, as I say, if you don't use it, you lose it, sort of a thing. So advanced skills learned during education may decline or actually become outdated, because what you would have known then, in this paradigm shift that we're now in, this new era, this new generation, it may not even be fruitful, what you would have learned back then for now, because some information, it's not necessarily timeless. I would call them, like, it's like facts versus truth. Like they said, you can manipulate fact, but you can't change truth. Truth is just the truth. The truth is you're a human being. What can I say is a fact? Somebody may have dark skin today, but with bleaching, it becomes lighter. So it may not be dark skinned anymore. So maybe that's like a fact. I was trying to think of something else, but that was the first thing that came to my mind. you know so it is loss of skills, because it's not being used. It's, you're not getting the opportunity to hone and to harness it. Less opportunity to practice your specialized knowledge. There are a lot of people who are trained economists, trained communication specialists, maybe trained actuaries, whatever it may be, and they get a job that somebody at a high school level can do. Somebody at a high school level with just quick training, you know they're able to do the same job and maybe even do it better than you can. So you have less opportunity to practice specialized knowledge, which, as the saying goes, you don't use it, you end up losing it, or it becomes mediocre. Reduced career progression. It is harder to move into higher level roles later because all you were doing is, it's just lower level roles, something below management, not even supervisory. So you're not trained, you didn't get the experience, you didn't get the opportunity. So you're getting older, and when they look at your resume is blah. Your resume is just mediocre. Your resume is boring. There's nothing exciting. There is nothing expansive. There's just nothing enthralling and thrilling about it. There is no expertise on it. You're saying, my God, the person just worked in a patty shop. You were just a store clerk with such a huge level of education. And if you don't have links, dog, nyam, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your supper, and your breakfast all over again. So it's harder to move into higher level roles later, very much, because of lack of experience. Employers may question why someone stayed long in a lower skill job, and that's natural. You're going to say, you have a PhD and you're working on the telephone, something is off. Do you have a mental issue? Is it that there's something physically wrong, that if you go elsewhere you're unable to work properly? What is happening? Are you psychologically damaged, or is there a defect? Your self-esteem is low. What is, and that's a natural thinking to have, without not understanding that oftentimes people try and they just can't get through. It's like they would have to kick that door down for them to get through, so they may question. Doesn't mean that you can't move, but they're going to question it. Lower job satisfaction, feeling overqualified or unchallenged. So sometimes you are so skilled and knowledgeable and you're stuck in one spot. That can be the most debilitating feeling ever. Like you're saying, there has to be more to life. I cannot believe that this is happening. It's like you're stunting the growth of a baby. So you have the baby at 5 years old drinking out of the nipple bottle and sucking on a pacifier, the soother. At 5 years of age, drinking milk for breakfast, drinking milk for lunch, drinking milk for dinner. You see the point? So you stunt the growth of that 5-year-old. The cognitive skills start to become haywire. It's like you're wreaking havoc slowly. And then when the child becomes somebody who seems to not have a good EQ nor a good IQ, you talk about how the kid dunce and it tough. No. Frustration from doing work below one's capabilities, that I can understand. When you've superseded an area and it just seems like you can't move, and you try and it's one of the worst feelings that can ever happen to you. Mental health impact, it can lead to stress, anxiety, or depression. You are so depressed because you say, I'm earning less than what I'm worth, and I'm stuck in a post that my child can actually do with a few weeks of training. Feelings of wasted potential or regret about education investment. Like I say, imagine I spent all this money and I cannot get back what I spent. There is no return. It's like I save in an investment, not savings account, like an investment that says I'm going to give you such and such a percentage. After 5-6 years, you lose money. You probably lose even off the principal that you had given. Reduced productivity in the economy when highly educated people or workers are underused, the economy loses potential, innovation, and productivity. I'm going to do a post on that. It does. The country is not producing at an optimal level, especially if you have there's a gulf, like you have a few rich over there that takes all the wealth and a massive number of people over here with less. The country still is not productive. That's what they don't. And delayed life goals, harder to buy a home, start a business, support a family, invest. And I looked at something, the minimum amount that somebody with a master's should earn. And you know what it says? Between US 3,500 to 5,500. So that is about $560,000 to $880,000. Oh, what a way we weave when we try to deceive. Boy, I hope we can get through for better. Guys, you know what to do with TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe, give me one of those lands, and follow me on Instagram.